Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some of you, and welcome to some of you to the third and final evening of our play reading series called Bridges. We're approaching the other side of the bridge, this bridge that we started crossing long ago, almost way back in the summertime when we started reading these plays. Thank you so much for coming. We have three wonderful new plays by three wonderful playwrights, Christopher Durang, Sylvia Reed, and another play by David Ives tonight. Before I introduce the first play, I thought I'd give you a little quote from the playwright, Mr. Christopher Durang, who wrote in his author's note to this play. After writing this play, I've learned that the psychological literature that this dream is called the good student's dream, and the prototype is the high school or college student in life, usually quite conscientious, who dreams that he has to take a test, but that he is totally unprepared, that he has forgotten to study or has lost his book or can't read the questions and so on. And it continues to say, so it's from a lifetime of dreams like this that I'm sure we've all experienced that I wrote this play. This is The Actor's Nightmare.
The Actor's Nightmare by Christopher Durang. An empty stage. George Spelvin, a young man, wanders in. Enter Meg, the stage manager.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how I got here.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. I've been calling you.
Pardon?
An awful thing has happened. Eddie's been in a car accident, and you'll have to go on for him.
Good heavens, how awful. Who's Eddie?
Eddie? Edwin? You have to go on for him.
On for him?
Well, he can't go on. He's been in a car accident.
Yes, I understood that part. But what do you mean, go on for him?
You play the part. Now, I know you haven't had a chance to rehearse it exactly, but presumably you know your lines, and you've certainly seen it enough.
I don't understand. Do I know you?
George, we really don't have time for this kind of joshing. Half hour.
My name isn't George, it's... Well, I don't know what it is, but it isn't George.
My God, did you hear about Eddie?
Yes, I did.
It's just too awful. Now, good luck tonight, George, darling. We're all counting on you. Of course, you're a little too young for the part, and you are shorter than Edwin, so we'll cut all the lines about bumping your head on the ceiling. And don't forget, when I cough 3 times, that's your cue to unzip the back of my dress, and then I'll slap you. We changed it from last night.
Wait, please, what play are we doing exactly?
What?
What is the play, please?
Coward.
Pardon?
Coward. It's the coward. Noel Coward? George, don't do that. For a second, I thought you were serious. Break a leg, darling.
Coward. I wonder if it's Private Lives. At least I've seen that one. I don't remember rehearsing it exactly. And why am I an actor? I thought I was an accountant. And why does everyone keep on calling me George?
Hello, Stanley. I heard about Edwin. Good luck tonight. We're counting on you.
Wait, what play are we doing?
Very funny, Stanley.
No, really, I forgot.
Checkmate
Checkmate?
by Samuel Beckett. You know, in the garbage cans. You always play these jokes, Stanley. Just don't do it on stage. Well, good luck tonight. I mean, break a leg. Did you hear? Edwin broke both of his legs.
I've never heard of Checkmate.
George, get in a costume. We have 15 minutes.
Good God, I'm late. Hi, Eddie. Oh, you're not Eddie. Who are you?
You've never seen me before?
Who the devil are you?
I really don't know. George, I think. Maybe Stanley, but probably George. I think I'm an accountant.
Look, no one's allowed backstage before performance, so you'll have to leave or I'll be forced to report you to the stage manager.
Oh, she knows I'm here already.
Oh, well, if Meg knows you're here, it must be all right, I suppose. It's not my affair. I'm late enough already.
5 minutes, everyone. 5 minutes. Places.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? At this evening's performance, the role of Elliot, normally played by Edwin Booth, will be played by George Spelvin.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
What?
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Yes, that's true. Am I supposed to be Hamlet?
Whose yacht do you think that is?
Where?
The Duke of Westminster, I expect. It always is.
Ah, well, perhaps. To be or not to be? I don't know any more of it.
George unzips her dress. Sarah slaps him.
Elliot, please, we are on our honeymoons.
Are we?
Yes. Me with Victor and you with Sybil?
Ah,
Tell me about Sybil.
I've never met her.
Ah, Elliot, you're so amusing. You're married to Sybil. Tell me about her.
Nothing much to tell, really. She's sort of nondescript.
I bet you were going to say that she's just like Lady Bundle, and that she has several chins, and one blue eye and one brown eye, and a third eye in the center of her forehead. Weren't you?
Yes, I think so.
Victor's like that, too. I bet you're just about to tell me that you traveled around the world.
Yes, I was. I traveled around the world.
How was it?
The world?
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
Not really.
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
I guess it did.
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
Hard to say. What brand of biscuit box?
I always heard that Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it? Did it? Did it?
I wonder whose yacht that is out there.
Did it? Did it? Did it? Did it?
Enter Meg. She's put on an apron and maid's hat and carries a duster.
My, this balcony looks dusty. I think I'll just clean it up a little.
Meg dusts and goes to George and whispers in his ear.
Not only did the Taj Mahal look like a biscuit box, but women should be struck regularly like gongs.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Yes, quite extraordinary.
How was China?
China?
You traveled around the world. How was China?
I liked it, but I felt homesick.
How was China?
Lots of rice. The women bind their feet.
How was China?
I hated it. I miss Sybil.
How was China?
I miss the maid. Oh, maid.
How was China?
Just a moment, please. Oh, maid. Ah, there you are. I think you missed a spot here.
Meg whispers in his ear.
How was China?
Very large China.
And Japan?
Very small Japan.
And Ireland?
Very green.
And Iceland?
Very white.
And Italy?
Very Neapolitan.
And Copenhagen?
Very cosmopolitan.
And Florida?
Very condominium.
And Perth Amboy?
Very mobile home. I don't know.
And Sybil?
What?
Do you love Sybil?
Who's Sybil?
Your new wife, who you married after you and I got our divorce.
Oh, were we married? Oh, yes, I forgot that part.
Elliot, you're so amusing. You make me laugh all the time. So do you love Sybil?
Probably. I married her.
George unzips her dress. Sarah slaps him.
Oh, Elliot, darling, I'm sorry. We were mad to have left each other. Kiss me.
Oh, how ghastly.
Oh, dear. And this must be Sybil.
Oh, how ghastly. What shall we do?
We must all speak in very low voices and attempt to be civilized.
Is this Amanda? Oh, Elliot, I think she's simply obnoxious.
How very rude.
Oh, Elliot, how could you treat me like this?
Hello, Sybil.
Did my eyes deceive me, or were you kissing my husband a moment ago?
We must all speak in very low voices and attempt to be civilized.
I was speaking in a low voice.
Yes, but I could still hear you.
Oh, sorry.
I can't hear a bloody word she's saying. That one's a nincompoop. Say something, Elliot.
I couldn't hear either.
Elliot, you have to choose between the two of us immediately. Do you love this creature, or do you love me?
I wonder where the maid is.
Forget about the maid, Elliot!
You can never have a lasting relationship with a maid. Choose between the two of us.
I choose. Oh, God, I don't know my lines. I don't know how I got here. I wish I weren't here. I wish I joined the monastery like I almost did right after high school. I almost joined, but I didn't do it.
Oh, Elliot, your malaria is acting up again and you're ranting. Come, who do you choose? Me or that baggage over there?
You're the baggage, not I. Yes, Elliot, who do you choose?
I choose. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Amanda?
I choose Amanda. I think that's what he does in the play.
Very well. I can accept defeat gracefully. I hope, Elliot, that when you find me hanging from the hotel lobby chandelier with my eyes all bulged out, my tongue hanging out, that you'll be very, very sorry. Goodbye.
What a dreadful sport she is.
Poor Sybil. She's going to hang herself.
Some women should be hung regularly like tapestries. Oh, who cares? Whose yacht do you think that is?
The Duke of Westminster.
How dare you mention that time in Mozambique? Oh, darling, isn't it extraordinary how potent cheap music can be?
Hail to your lordship.
Oh, hello. Are you Victor?
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
This doesn't sound like Noel Coward.
A truant disposition. Good, my lord.
You're not Victor, are you?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Oh, yes? And how was it?
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Hard upon. I see. Oh, good. The maid.
She whispers to him.
Thrift, thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. What does that mean? Oh, she's gone already.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Did you? Who?
My lord, the king your father.
The king, my father.
Season your admiration for a while, with an attent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
I see. I'm Hamlet now, right?
Shh! 2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead waste and middle of the night, in thus encountered a figure like your father. And I with them the 3rd night kept the watch, where, as they delivered, both in time, form of the thing, each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more like.
Oh, my turn. Most strange and wondrous tale you tell, Horatio. It doth turn my ear into very merry bear bodkin.
As I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true, and we did think it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh yes, my lord, he wore his beaver up.
He wore his beaver up? He wore his beaver up. And does he usually wear it down?
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. My father was king of much renown and a favorite amongst all in London town and Denmark.
I warrant it will.
I warrant it will also.
Our duty to your honor.
Where are you going? Don't go.
Enter Sarah dressed as Queen Gertrude.
Oh, Amanda. Good to see you. Whose yacht do you think that is?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnst mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots. as will not leave there chinked.
I haven't seen Victor. Someone was here I thought might have been him, but it wasn't.
Who speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter in mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
Very well. What do you want to talk about?
No more.
Oh, don't go. Maybe someone else will come out here in a minute. Of course, sometimes people have soliloquies in Shakespeare. Let's just wait a moment more, and maybe someone else will come. Oh dear. To be or not to be? That is the question. Oh, maid. Line. Line. Oh. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind's eye to kill oneself, or not killing oneself, to sleep a great deal. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our lives are rounded by little sleep. Brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him now. Da da. I wonder whose yacht that is. How was China? Very large China. How was Japan? Very small Japan. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Line. Line. Oh my God. Oh my God, am I heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins because they dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most importantly because they offend thee. My God, who art thou? Good and deserving of all my love, and I resolve to confess my sins and to do penance and to amend my life. Amen. That's the act of contrition that Catholic school children say in confession in order to be forgiven for their sins. Catholic adults say it too, I imagine. I don't know many Catholic adults. Line. Normally, when you call for a line, the stage manager gives you your next line to refresh your memory. Line. I was going to join the monastery after high school, but they said I was too young and that I should wait. And then I just sort of stopped believing in all that stuff, and I decided to be an accountant. I studied logarithms and cosine and tangent. Line. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be Hamlet or Private Lives or something, and I keep on rattling on like a maniac. I really do apologize. I don't recall attending a single rehearsal. I can't imagine what I was doing. And also, you came expecting to see Edward Booth, and you come and see me. I really am embarrassed. I'm sorry. Line. I've always depended on the kindness of strangers. Stella! It is a far, far better thing I do than I've ever done before. It is a far, far better place I go than I've ever been before. A, B, C, D,
As he starts to
E,
sing,
F, G,
enter Ellen Terry,
H,
dragging two
I,
large
J,
garbage
K,
cans.
L,
She
M,
puts
N,
them
O,
side by
P,
side and gets in one.
Q, R, S. Oh, good. Are you Ophelia? Get thee to a nunnery.
She points to the other garbage can, indicating he should get in it.
Get in? Okay. This must be one of those modern Hamlets.
Nothing to be done. Pause. Pause. Wrinkle nose. Nothing to be done.
I guess you're not Ophelia.
We'll just wait. Pause. Either he'll come. Pause. 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 Or he won't.
That's a reasonable attitude. Are we on a guess waiting for Godot?
No, Willie, he came already. And he was an awful bore. Yesterday, he came, garlic on his breath, telling a lot of unpleasant jokes about Jews and Polacks and stewardesses. He was just dreadful. Pause, rolls her eyes upwards.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Pause. So, who are we waiting for?
We're waiting for Lefty.
Ah. And is he a political organizer or something? I seem to recall.
Yes, dear, he's a political organizer. Oh my God! I've gone blind! I can't see, Willie! Oh my God! What a terrible day! Oh dear! Oh my! Well, not so bad, really. I only use my eyes occasionally when I wanted to see something, but no more.
I really don't know this play at all.
Count your blessings, Willie. Let me hear you count them.
All right. 1, 2, 3. That's my eyesight. 4. That's my hearing. 5. That's my master charge. 6. That's.
Did you say God, Willie?
No.
Why did you leave the monastery, Willie? Was it the same reason I left the opera?
I have no idea.
I left the opera because I couldn't sing. They were mad to have hired me, certifiable. And they were certified shortly afterward. The entire staff, they now reside in the Rigoletto home for the mentally incapacitated in Turin. Pause, tries to touch her tongue with her nose.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Oh my gosh, Willie, listen! A voice! Perhaps there is a God.
At this evening's performance, the role of Sir Thomas More, the man for all seasons, normally played by Edwin Booth, will be played by George Spelvin. And at this evening's performance, the executioner will play himself.
What did you just say?
The executioner will play himself.
What does he mean, the executioner will play himself?
Oh, Father, why have they locked you up in this dreadful dungeon? It's more than I can bear.
I brought you a custard, Thomas.
Mother's brought you custard, Father.
Yes, thank you.
Father, if you don't give in to King Henry, they're going to cut your head off.
Aren't you going to eat the custard I brought you, Thomas?
I'm not hungry, thank you.
The executioner appears on stage.
Oh my God! I've got to get out of here.
He's over here, and he'll never give in to the king.
No, I might. Wait, is this all about Anne Boleyn and everything?
Yes, and you won't give in because you believe in the Catholic Church, in the infallibility of the Pope, in the everlasting life of the soul.
I don't necessarily believe in any of that. Oh, sir, there's been some sort of error. I think it's fine if the king marries Anne Boleyn. I just want to wake up.
Don't deny God, Father, just to spare our feelings. Mother and I are willing to have you dead if it's a question of principle.
The first batch of custard didn't come out all that well, Thomas. This is the second batch. But it has a piece of head in it, I think.
Oh, shut up about you and your custard. I don't think that Pope is infallible at all. I think he's a normal man with normal capabilities who wears gold slippers. I thought about joining the monastery in high school, but I didn't.
Oh, I was having such a pleasant dream, Willie. Go ahead, let him cut your head off. It'll be a nice change of pace.
That blade looks really real to me. I want to wake up now, or change blades. I wonder whose yacht that is.
Sir Thomas More, you've been found guilty of the charge of high treason. The sentence of the court is that you be taken to the Tower of London, thence to the place of execution, and there your head shall be stricken from your body, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All this talk of God. All right, I'm sorry I didn't join the monastery. Maybe I should have. And I'm sorry that I giggled in math in 3rd grade. But I see no reason to be killed for it.
Nothing to be done. That's what I find so wonderful.
Do I understand you right? You wish to reverse your previous stand on King Henry's marriage to Anne and to deny the Bishop of Rome?
Yes. Yes, God, yes. I could care less. Let him marry 8 wives.
That's a terrible legacy of cowardice for Sir Thomas More to leave behind.
I don't care.
I'm going to ignore what you've said and cut your head off anyway, and then we'll all pretend you went to your death nobly. The church needs its saints, and school children have got to have heroes to look up to. Don't you all agree?
I agree. I know I need someone to look up to. Pause, smile, picks her nose.
Yes, yes, I can feel myself waking up now. The covers have fallen off the bed and I'm cold. I'm going to wake up so I can reach down and pull them up again.
Sir Thomas, prepare to meet your death.
Be quiet, I'm about to wake up.
Sir Thomas, prepare to meet your death.
I'm awake! No, I'm not.
He doesn't know his lines.
Sir Thomas, prepare to meet your death.
Line. Line.
You turn to the executioner and say, "Friend, be not afraid of your office. You send me to God."
I don't like that line. Give me another.
That's the line in the script, George. Say it.
I don't want to.
Say it.
Say it, Willie. It'll mean a lot to me and generations of school children to come.
Oh, Hamlet, speak the speech, I pray you, trippingly on the tongue.
Say it.
Friend, be not afraid of your office. You send me. Extraordinary how potent cheap music can be.
That's not the line.
Women should be struck regularly like gongs.
George, say the line right.
They say you can never dream your own death. So I expect I'll wake up as soon as he starts to bring the blade down. So perhaps I should just get it over with.
Say the proper line, George.
Friend, be not afraid of your office.
Executioner raises his axe.
Goodbye, Willie.
Goodbye, Hamlet.
Goodbye, George.
Goodbye, Sir Thomas.
You send me to God.
Behold, the head of Sir Thomas More.
Oh, I wish I weren't blind so I could see that, Willie. Oh well, no matter. It's still been another happy day. Pause. Smile. Wrinkles nose. Pause. Picks knit from head. Pause. Pause. Wiggles her ears. All in darkness. Utterly useless. No one can see her. She stares ahead. Count 2. End of play.
End of play.
Excellent. Well, moving on. The next play we have for you is called Smart Bra by Sylvia Reed. Just to say a little bit about what that's about. Recently, I've been wearing a Fitbit on my wrist, and the Fitbit tells you, a certain amount of information. And originally, I think it just told you how many steps you got during the day, whether you got your 10,000 or not. But then they started trying to remind me of whether I was drinking enough water, and if I was eating the right foods, and a lot of extra information. I think that might be a good way to reference Smart Bra.
Smart Bra by Sylvia Reed. Characters, Jane and John. Time, now. Place, a coffee/wine bar.
Are you?
Jane?
I'm Jane.
Oh, of course. I wasn't saying I'm Jane. You're Jane. I'm John.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Please sit down.
So,
Yeah. Your voice is different than I thought it would sound.
really?
Yeah.
Different in a good way?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I thought you'd have a bad voice or anything, but your texts were really, really clever. And I was kind of picturing Tina Fey when I read them. My God, I love her, even though she's older than me, but the way her voice is. Not when she's doing Sarah Palin, but actually kind of like when she does Sarah Palin, because now when I think of her, all I see is Sarah Palin.
I hate Sarah Palin.
Oh, well, I don't really have an opinion on her one way or the other, but.
You don't?
No.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who doesn't have an opinion one way or another about her.
I mean, she's kind of irrelevant these days anyway, so. What's that?
It's my bra.
Your bra?
It's sensing something.
Like what?
It's telling me I don't believe you
Believe me? About what?
about Sarah Palin.
What about Sarah Palin?
It's telling me to be skeptical about your statement you have no opinion of her.
Your bra can tell you that.
I guess my heart started beating a little faster, and my heart rate fell into the category of proceed with caution / don't trust what's happening around you. And I took this to mean maybe I shouldn't believe what you just said.
Sorry, a bra can do that?
It's smart bra.
Do you want to order something? Coffee, glass of wine? Is that your bra again?
It's warning me I'm about to eat comfort food. You're really clever. This thing knows me. It knew I was about to get a cookie.
So it's like a diet thing then.
I guess. I still don't know the extent of what this bra can do because I'm just going to know it. An Amazon drone dropped it off at my front door yesterday.
Oh.
And it came with this link to a website where you program in all this stuff about yourself and you sync it to your bra. Like what time of day you're most likely to crave junk food, and when you do crave it, if you go for chips or do you go for cookies and cake? Salty versus sweet. I guess because maybe the heart beats differently depending on how you like to binge. I don't know. Technology.
Wow.
Right? And the manual says you have to be really honest about it or it won't work properly. And quite frankly, it was kind of hard for me to program in just how much I love wine because I know it's going to be buzzing like crazy every time I get the idea on a Pinot Grigio. And that's going to suck because like I've got the alcohol police strapped to my chest.
Wow, maybe that's why it buzzed then, because I mentioned wine.
I was really feeling chocolate chips when it buzzed.
Wow, never would have gotten this from your texts.
I didn't have it when we started texting. And of course I had to program it, and that took forever.
Yeah, I suppose if I would have called you, we could have had some talks, and I could have learned whether you were a salty versus sweet eater and that you like white wine more than red. Could have learned some more about you, maybe heard your voice.
That might have been awkward.
What?
Talking on the phone. Who does that?
Well, what about this?
What?
You don't think this is awkward?
What?
You think this is going well?
What's wrong with it?
I mean, your bra called me a liar, for one thing.
My bra doesn't call people out like that.
Yes, it did.
It simply indicated I might not want to believe you that you have no opinion of Sarah Palin. It was a red flag, an advisory sort of thing.
And what's happening now?
I guess I'm nervous
Because?
because you're making me feel uncomfortable.
Oh. Can we start over?
I guess.
I think we should just sit here, be silent for a moment, and erase all the stuff that's just going on, okay?
Like just sit here and not say anything
Yeah.
and just look at each other.
Or look wherever you want. Just breathe. Be in the moment.
Ouch!
What happened?
Jane gets up. She jogs around the table as she talks to John.
My God, that hurts.
What did it do?
It shocked me.
The bra.
Yeah, I need to adjust that setting. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just when you sit for too long, it gives you a jolt and makes you get up and get moving. It actually counts your steps, and if it looks like you aren't going to get to 10,000 steps by the end of the day, it goes full on bitch mode and gives you a jolt.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
Jane does some jumping jacks.
Okay, I think it's safe to sit down. I was counting in my head as I jogged, and I got about 25 steps in. And then, when I did the jumping jacks, that really helped because it dumps all that activity into a savings account sort of thing that lets you sit for a little longer. And the bra massage, you're like, good job, Jane. It's supportive like that. Thanks for the props, bra. I guess I've appeased it for the time being, so where were we?
I have no idea.
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing.
You're checking your phone. Are you with me or are you with your phone?
I know. I'm getting it loud and clear. You don't have to tell me.
What? What are you getting loud and clear?
I'm getting that your phone is more important to you than being here with me.
You're getting that.
Yes, I am.
Well, you want to know what I'm getting?
What are you getting?
Nothing.
What are you looking at?
Let's just say they make similar technologies for men.
Like a smart,
Yeah,
and you get nothing from me.
crickets.
Like you don't think I'm attractive?
Oh, no, I actually find you very attractive. You know, like on the surface. What happened?
What just happened? It stopped. I don't know what I feel. If I had to guess, I'd think maybe I feel like I blew it with you.
Yeah, I think maybe I was a little too harsh. What if we tried something new?
Like what?
What if you took off your bra?
I suppose I could do that.
Jane reaches under her shirt and unhooks her bra. She shoots it off like a slingshot.
Your turn.
Okay.
I guess I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh no, there's an app on my phone.
I'm John.
I'm Jane. Nice to finally meet you.
End of play.
And we have one more reading for you this evening. This play is Words, Words, Words.
Words, Words, Words by David Ives. 3 monkeys are pecking away at their typewriters. Their names are Milton, Swift, and Kafka. They type for a few moments at each their own speed. Then Milton runs excitedly around the floor, his knuckles, swings from the tire swing, leaps back onto his stool, and goes back to typing. Kafka eats a banana thoughtfully. Swift pounds his chest, shows his teeth, and then goes back to typing.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate here.
Okay, so what have you got?
Me?
Yeah, have you hit anything? Let's hear it.
Pingdrua Inglewarp carcinoma. That's as far as I got.
I like the
Yeah, kind of onomatopoeic.
I don't know. It feels to me like it needs some punching up.
You can always throw in a few jokes later on. You got to get the through line first.
But do you think it's Hamlet?
Don't ask me, I'm just a chimp.
They could have given us a clue or something.
Yeah, or a story conference.
But that'd defeat the whole purpose of the experiment.
I know. 3 monkeys typing into infinity will sooner or later produce Hamlet.
Right.
Completely by chance.
And Dr. David Rosenbaum up in that booth is going to prove it.
But what is Hamlet?
I don't know.
What is Hamlet?
I don't know.
You know, this is really stupid.
Have you got something better to do in this cage? The sooner we produce the goddamn thing, the sooner we get out.
Sort of publish or perish with a twist.
But what do we owe this Rosenbaum? A guy who stands outside those bars all day and tells people that one's Milton, that one's Swift, and that one's Kafka, just to get a laugh.
What's a Kafka anyway? Why am I a Kafka?
Search me.
What's a Kafka?
All his 4-eyed friends sure do think it's a stitch.
And how are we supposed to write Hamlet if we don't even know what it is?
Okay. So the chances are a little slim.
Yeah, and this from a guy who's supposed to be smart. This from a guy at Columbia University.
The way I figure it, there is a providence that oversees our pages. Rough draft them how we may.
But how about you, Milton? What have you got?
Let's see. Of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree whose mortal taste brought death into the...
Hey, that's good. It's got rhythm. It really sings.
Yeah?
But is it Shakespeare?
Who cares? He's got a real voice there.
Does Dr. David Rosenbaum care about voice? Does he care about anybody's individual creativity?
Let's look at this from Rosenbaum's point of view for a minute.
No! He brings us in here to produce copy. Then all he wants is a clean draft of somebody else's stuff. We're getting peanuts here to be somebody's hack.
Writing is a mug's game anyway, Swifty.
Well, it half made me mad.
Why not just buckle down and get the project over with? Set up a schedule for yourself. Type in the morning for a couple hours when you're fresh, then take a break. Let the old juices flow. Do a couple more hours in the afternoon and then retire for a shot of papaya and some masturbation. What's the big deal?
This Rosenbaum was worth anything. We worked on word processors, not these antiques. He's like he could find through, could type this good. And then he treats us like those misfits at the Bronx Zoo. I mean, a tire swing? What does he take us for?
I like the tire swing. I think it was a very nice touch.
I can't work under these conditions. No wonder I'm producing garbage.
How does the rest of yours go, Milton?
What, this?
Yeah, read us some more.
Blah, 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 whose mortal taste brought death into the Blamagam. Bed socks knock worse Tinkerbell. What do you think?
Blamagam is good.
Well, I don't know.
What's the matter? Is it the tone? I knew this was kind of a stretch for me.
I'm just not sure it has the same expressive intensity and pungent lyricism as the first part.
Well, sure, it needs rewriting. What doesn't? This is a rough draft. Lights on.
Oh, this bit.
Are they watching?
What?
Are they watching?
I don't know. I can't see. I've got my paws over my eyes.
What?
What's the point of this?
Why did they videotape our ballad movement?
What?
Lights off.
But how are you doing, Franz? What have you got?
Well, K, 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 K.
What is that? Postmodernism?
20 lines of that.
At least it'll fuck up his data.
20 lines of that and I went dry. I got blocked. I felt like I was repeating myself.
Do you think that's in Hamlet?
I don't understand what I'm doing here in the first place. I'm not a writer. I'm a monkey. I'm supposed to be swinging on branches and digging up ants, not sitting under fluorescent lights 10 hours a day.
It sure is a long way home to the gardens of sweet Africa, where lawns and level downs and flocks grazing the tender herb were sweetly interposed.
Paradise, wasn't it?
Lost.
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 I'm trying to deal with some of that in this new piece here, but it's all still pretty close to the bone.
Just because they can keep us locked up, think they're more powerful than we are.
They are more powerful than we are.
Just because they control the means of production, they think they can suppress the workers.
Things are how they are. What are you gonna do?
Hey, how come you're always so goddamn ready to justify the ways of Rosenbaum to the apes?
Do you have a key to that door?
No.
Do you have an independent food source?
No.
So call me a collaborator. I happen to be a professional. If Rosenbaum wants Hamlet, I'll give it a shot. Just don't forget, we're not astrophysicists. We're not brain surgeons. We're chimps. And for apes in captivity, this is not a bad gig.
What's really frightening is that if we stick around this cage long enough, we're gonna evolve into Rosenbaum.
Evolve into Rosenbaum?
Brush up on your Darwin, baby. We're more than kin and less than kind.
Anybody got a smoke?
I'm all out.
Don't look at me. I'm not gonna satisfy those voyeurs with the old smoking chimp act. No, thank you.
Don't be a sap, Swifty. You gotta use them. Use the system.
What do you mean?
Watch me while I put my antic position on.
He jumps up on the chair and scratches his sides, screeching, makes smoking motions, pounds his chest, jumps up and down, and a cigarette descends.
See what I mean? Galois, too, my fave.
I should have thrown a Cupid doll for that performance.
It got results, didn't it?
Sure, you do your bonzo routine and get a Galois out of it. Last week, I told a typewriter, got a whole carton of Marlboros.
The trouble was, you didn't smoke them. You took a crap on them.
It was a political statement.
Okay, you made your statement and I got my smoke. All's well that ends well, right?
It's the only way we know they're watching. We perform, we break typewriters, we type another page, and a cigarette appears. At least it's a sign that someone out there is paying attention.
Our resident philosopher.
But what if one of us really does write Hamlet? Here we are, set down to prove the inadvertent virtues of randomness and to produce something we wouldn't even recognize if it passed right through our hands. But what if one of us actually does it?
Will we really be released?
Will they give us the key to the city and a ticker tape parade?
Or will they move us on to Ulysses? Ugh. Why did they pick Hamlet in the first place? What's Hamlet to them or they to Hamlet that we should care? Boy, there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, proud man's contumely.
Hey, Swifty.
The pangs of despised love, The law's delay.
Hey, Swifty, relax, will ya?
Have a banana.
I wish I could get Rosenbaum in here and see how he does at producing Hamlet. That's it.
What?
That's it. Forget about this random Hamlet crap. What about revenge?
Revenge? On Rosenbaum?
Who else? Hasn't he bereft us of our homes and families? Stepped in between us and our expectations.
How would we do it?
Easy. We lure him in here to look at our typewriters, test him out like there's something wrong. But we poison the typewriter keys.
Oh, Jesus.
Sure, some juice of the cursed Abona spread liberty over the keyboard. Ought to work like a charm.
Great.
And if that doesn't work, we envenom the tire swing and invite him for a ride. Plus, I challenge him to a duel.
Brilliant.
Can't you see it? In the course of combat, I casually grazed my rapier over the poisoned typewriter keys. And a hit, a palpable hit. For a reserve, we lay by a cup with some venomous distilment. Put the pelt of the poison in the vessel of the pestle.
Listen, I gotta get back to work. The man is gonna want his pages.
It's not a bad idea, but
What's the matter with you guys? I'm on to something here.
I think it's hopeless, Swifty.
But this is the goods.
Where was I? Bed socks, knockwurst, Tinkerbell.
The readiness is all, I guess.
Damn straight. Just let me know when that K button gives out, honey.
Okay, you two serfs go back to work. I'll do the thinking around here. Swifty. Revenge!
Tinkerbell, Stuckelschwanz, Hemorrhoid. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Stuckelschwanz.
Act 1, Scene 1. Elsinore Castle, Denmark.
Hemorrhoid.
Enter Bernardo and Francisco.
Pomegranate.
Bernardo says, "Who's there?"
Bazooka.
End of play.
Well, there you have it. That is it. We've come to the end of our bridge, the end of bridges. I want to just give you one opportunity to put your hands together for the cast. There they are in all their glory. This is our makeshift curtain call. There's Selena down there running the show. Let's see if I can get Jamie out there on the soundboard. And there's Margot way up there, way far. Margot. There she is, running the lights. Thank you very much for coming. Here's the cast of Words. Most of the cast of Words. And one more. I'm Mr. Silence. Thank you very much for coming, and good night.